In the beginning, my first question is, how much has Balkan cinema has changed in the recent years?
Well, first, I wouldn't know because I don't follow much. Secondly, I wouldn't even think in those terms because I look at individual works of art. I don't believe in national cinema. I think it's a label that is not really suitable for works of art. You know, I would like to look at the individual work and how it talks to the individual viewer, whether it touches his or her heart, and whether it delivers a universal truth. I couldn't care less about the geography.
What is the idea behind your cinema?
Humans. I'm interested in people, in their feelings, in what happens to them, in their stories. So it's all really about storytelling, about telling stories, hearing stories, and in addition to that, from this side, I'm interested in the intricacies of making the art. Sometimes it's little experimental aspects, like the structure of the story. Sometimes it's issues of craft in how you deliver a certain thing. But in the big picture, when the viewer is concerned, I should think that the reason for existence of my art is the human emotions, the human condition.
In your opinion, is streaming killing the cinema?
It's hard to tell. I mean, obviously, it's a different experience when you're at the movies. It's you know, the fact that you have to be there on time, that you have to dedicate yourself and your time to this big picture up there is important. It's different. It's different from staying home and interrupting or not finishing what you're watching, seeing. I think it was Marshall McLuhan who said that, you know, at the movies you're dealing with gods because they're big, and on television you're dealing with friends because they're small, they're your size. On the other hand, it's good to have extra opportunities to deliver films to the viewer. So if it's an added comfort, yeah, why not? But I would be sad to see streaming take over cinema entirely.
Can you talk about the Italian cinema that you love?
Yeah, that would be a long story. Yeah, I mean, they're individual films that I really love, that have touched me, and that have influenced me ever since film school and before. So it would be, I mean, I can talk of the first Italian film that I remember as a child, and there was something that my father really liked, and I think he somehow identified with a hero in the film, and it was a film called Bicycle Thieves. And it's obviously a very old film. It's from the time when my father was very young as well, but it reminds me of, it's one of the first cinema images that I remember.
What is your first memory about cinema?
There are a few. One of them was seeing a black and white film in a park, and I believe my mother was carrying me in her arms, and it probably would have been Tarzan. Then I remember a film about the Crusaders on TV. I also remember shots from Rashomon by Kurosawa, which are one of the first images, and didn't quite understand it, but it affected me greatly. It was one of the things that pushed me on this road.
Is there an author that you love, you love particularly today?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I try to think of individual films rather than filmmakers. I think that way your relationship stays clearer and purer and cleaner. But yeah, I mean, by all means, there are films by Paul Thomas Anderson that I really like, and Todd Solondz, and still Bergman and Kieślowski. You know, a lot of early Fellini. There's yeah, quite a few good works of art out there floating.
Are you working on a new movie? On your project?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we finished shooting this summer back in Macedonia. I was for a while I couldn't film there, but then the previous film and this one I'm making in Macedonia again until I get blacklisted again. So this one we started editing, and then I took a break from the editing to come to Rome for this festival, because you know, it was a great opportunity to see some more art and to take a distance from the editing process. The name of the film is Kajmak. It's this one.
Oh,
right here.
Yeah.
The tagline is "Taboo or Not Taboo," and it's a black comedy. It's quite severe, quite irreverent black comedy about the haves and the have-nots, the rich and the poor, and the way society deals with sexual mores and sexual preferences. So we're in the middle of making it up to my eyeballs. So sometime in the next year it's going to be finished.